What does he think of that one? I think we're one sub. We're one sub off. Level 4 hyped him. There's a decent jive onto Baus and good punish. Yeah, that's not all. Smite on the dragon. You're gonna see Faco. Should be a great time. Yeah. Been going for a long old time. Good chunk. And that's a nice kill on Tungi. Well played. I should go really weird with it. Like, you know, basically like have global fearless. So like every champion that's played in the tournament is then banned for the rest of the tournament until the next stage. Dragon. Oh, taken. That's unfortunate for Lost Ratones. Quickness comes on down from Reckless by some time. Nice crushing morph from Nemesis. Brings down the Caitlyn. Unfortunately, Nemesis is now in a 1v1 with Call Me with a lot of soldiers around him. Trying to find a fear. Does do so. Doesn't quite have the flash until just now, but will not get a chance to pop it. Batu looking to get a tether with the focused resolve. All the while, Baus isn't even here. That was a 4 versus 5, and they will get first turret. Challenge, even if you've got good go forwards and pick tools. I'd love Fearless 2.0 with every ban being Bantu for game 5, 80 champs are gone. Yeah, it can be pretty fun. It can be pretty fun. We did see one VCS tournament where literally was banned for the rest of the tournament. So people were like forced to play like Fizz in the finals. It was ridiculous. Damage forwards. In comes the cease and desist. Mahile now here. Should be able to go back a little bit, but actually they blew up too. Nice work there from Nemesis with the trade. The Herald still charged on in. Don't have the volley bear here. Is now on to the tier 2. Misa got a little bit. And there's the Black Cleavers. It's going to be pretty scary. On to Dragon. Slight lead to Lost Ratones here, actually, which is great news for them. A lot of it is from Nemesis, who's having a good game on way. Got the Bloodletter's Curse already. Aatrox actually going to look for that top tier 1. Zero, 1-0, my goat. Yeah, he's only died the one time this game, guys. There goes the turret. There goes my hero. They are very different, the OG movies, aesthetically and like conceptually as to what they are as movies. They're no longer cowboy movies, right? Oh, that's funny. That's funny. I'm sorry, Navinian. So it looks like an LR win. I think so at this point. Atakan's going to come on down. Closer might be able to steal it. Just not quite in time. Gets a drive into the wall. It's only on to really reckless. Mahila's here. Doesn't have the World Ender, so not actually that scary. Velia's keeping Call Me busy. Nice spiraling despair angle. Fleeing for a little bit because of the Grim Visage. Closer drives away. Batu dies a horrible death. Baus is going to potentially die, but no ults away. Mahila misses the Darkin Blade. The Crushing Maw comes on down. Aatrox is in a horrible spot. Now gets the World Ender back. Flash for the strike to get the stun on him. Thundering Smash. That's the one. Took me a moment. And that, I fear, is all she wrote for Misa LR. Get the Atakan. Ooh, Call Me, look for it. Instead, gets hit by the Grim Visage. And Nemesis baits him all in for more. Oh, hang on. Skyspeeder forced the flash. Crowny gets the mid-tier 1. It's all turning up Lost Ratones. The Lost Ratones, 20 to 25 minute mega moments. They're so good at this point. Closer does kill off Belly, who's gone a little deep. At least you get something back there. First time I saw those ships in Clone War episode, they look stunning. Yeah, they are really cool. Venator classes are awesome. The Superstar Destroyer, the Executor, which is Vader's flagship, is also giga cool. Always fun. But yeah, there you go. That's probably my Star Wars rating in terms of movies. Yeah, and I'll probably do, yeah, 6-4-2 solo, which I did enjoy. Ooh, Baus gets the decent kill there onto Batu. Dark Seal start for Baus, yeah. He's also got Spirit Visage at this point as well into the Azir, which means he's not doing that much damage, and the healing is really, really valuable. The one that Cat Evolved dubbed out from. And Estral. Summit's new team in NLA. Never Morgana is disgustingly good. Very true. Because ERL teams rotate slower, reset less cleanly, decide their lane assignments more poorly. The time in which Lost Ratones save by just being better about where you should be on the map matters. That's a decent jump on a Reckless, but it's over. It's over, it's over, it's over. Even plays a world champion. Exactly, Marcus. I said world champion like that because, again, it's a technicality, like promiscuous is a technicality. These teams need to hear the tragedy of Darth Play just the wise. Well, it's not a story the LEC would tell you. There you go. Imagine having a luxury of the enemy team having to ban Sion. Yeah, I mean, that's true. Nice. Spouse dies the turret, but the damage is well and truly done. They're kind of trapped in here, but they got a wave coming through mid, so that should be fine. Also pretty damn good. Your Molecule is renowned analyst. Yeah, Molecule's phenomenal. Odo's great. Kadral obviously knows the game exceptionally well. So effectively what you've got then is this very good combination of players who know the game really well, with a coaching staff who knows the game really well, who've put in a lot of time. And these are all people who have been very, very, very successful, or have got the talent to be very successful. That's a good pairing to begin with. So you come around to mid-game, it's very strong. And then you add in the fact that you've actually got a lot of decisions and how quickly it takes you to do. Because LR just do them faster than everyone else. And as a result, they read what the enemy team's going to be doing, and they often have answers back into it. And then you can use your mechanical prowess. They're not a perfect team, obviously. Like, their early games have been significantly more mercurial than their mid games. And, you know, not that LR actually have the worst early game stats in the league, but again, for players of this caliber, you'd expect them to smash in early games, and they're not consistently. Again, this early game was semi-close for bits of it. Nice kills, that's over. And then the end result, right, is they know how to win games. They know what they need to do to win the game. They're very good at tracking both their own win conditions and the enemy win/loss conditions. Like, how would this team lose? Well, if we do this, okay, well, that's how we'll do it. So there's a fair number of these. Yeah, and then obviously you add in the weirdness that enemy teams just aren't used to playing against. Like, okay, where did this Vel'Koz come from? Okay, why is Baus playing like this? This isn't in the playbook. And you're not able to roll with the punches quite so cleanly. It matters. So between macro and smart, you know, like good mechanics and smarts, it's very hard to beat this team. It's a very stacked roster. It's a very stacked roster. Baus will die to the fountain. Of course he will. And LR will win game one here in convincing fashion. For me, that is a Nemesis MVP game. Very, very scary way. Yeah, but the thing is, to add more teams, Noah, you then, if you want to do it properly, the reason they're getting away with this is to add more teams, strictly speaking. Bots. The tournament between LEC and LCSC will often on world teams would be cool. Simulation of National. Yeah, oh, hang on, nice kill. Oh, and it's an execute back. Got to turn that around unless you actually have time to build up a system. And actually, if you're resetting all the time, it's a big time. The Rossman versus Gen.G might be the most insane thing I've ever seen. How insane? Sylph, how is it looking over there? Ooh, nice. From closer to get... I think that's an incredibly disingenuous statement for a number of reasons. Closer gonna have to get out of that. Trapped into turret, just about survives, and Velia burns the flash. Ooh, the red buff burn. I thought in the sense that actually that's what promotion and relegation would allow for. But that is not what franchising asks. And if you want to change that, then you need to probably buy out the franchise spot, which is where we're coming back to again. Right, one thing. Lost Ratones are a bunch of, like, world caliber players who would normally develop world caliber price tags. You usually don't have to play at the minute. Oh, that supreme display of talent is disgusting. Yep, Kiana gets to do Kiana things, and that was a bit far. Temper Fate catches Nemesis. In comes the bot lane. Nemesis is going to have his Justice Punch interrupted, and Closer gets another. Because there's an NACL game coming. We'll see. We'll see. A good lead for Misa right now, and again, that's a Profane Hydra very early for Closer, who's going to blast some people. Good stun onto the likes of Velia, who's gone in and is going to regret that immediately. Oh, Velia. That was very poor. Crowny's now going to die probably as well. Formie gets taunted, but they're still on vision. Nemesis is about to get stunned. Yep, over goes Closer, looking for some more. We'll still have the edge of Ixtal to work with. Also do the old school thing of, I'm now 3 levels ahead and 5,000 gold individually, and be valuable with that kind of amount of gold. I have to go to sleep. I have work at 3. God bless. Pretty hard playing LR's comp into Bard on disengage 2. Very true, actually. I hadn't considered that part of it as well, but you're absolutely right. You are obligated to go diving in with the Galio Shinzao kind of combo, and actually, you go in and immediately get Tempered Fated, or Shockwaved, or Ornn ulted. Hell, Kiana ulted as well. Kiana quite good as a turnaround play. Batu! Ooh! Nearly got it. Had to leave. Or revenue. Not necessarily. And unless they can get that in writing from Riot, they won't agree to it. And I don't think Riot would agree to it. So, of course they're not going to vote for it. Tempered Fate. Shield of Duran. Stunned into the wall. Supreme display of talent. And it's Kiana again, guys. It's happening again. My Kiana. Like, that's definitely not how it works. And if you want that, then you're asking for the LEC to fail, effectively, in part. Like, that cannot be the end result. Like, it's fine to want... That won't cut revenue share? Well, potentially it does. I don't actually know. But again, I'd look into it. But I know basically all the... their slot value, which is a big deal as well, because actually they leverage a lot of things against that value. Like, that does matter. And so theoretically, actually what you're doing is you're losing LEC teams' money by having this coming in, which is a big deal when LEC teams are already kind of cutting it close. Like, G2 are just about breaking even. And the reason G2 broke even, as I understand, is because they sold a load of damn shares in crypto. Like, they earned money this year because they showed that they sold their shares in crypto. Solana or whatever it was. I'm blowing you up. It's not fun. Slot got overvalued and declining anyway. Then Riot need to buy it out, is the answer. That's the way that the franchising works. The marketing value of LEC for Riot Games isn't really a consideration in terms of the cut that teams get. They don't, as I understand it anyway. Velia needs to Crescent Guard. Closer, not the best Supreme display of talent, actually. Closer has to flash out. Bit messy from Misa. Jumping on a Tungi, who survives. Call me in the back of the pick. Still look for a bit of damage here. Red buff. Doing quite a lot of work, actually, for a second or two, but still not enough. And Misa will get the kill onto Nemesis, who dies. So yeah, and again, part of the argument is that that this isn't necessarily making the LEC more profitable. Arguably, at least what the teams are saying, they're arguing that it's going to make them less profitable. And therefore, the LEC on a whole is less profitable. And therefore, actually, the teams will be able to afford less successful rosters, and teams will start folding or having to go with cheaper players. And therefore, the competition will get worse. So actually, it doesn't end up better, would be what they're arguing, right? Exactly, and viewership levels on the whole don't directly increase revenue. Crowny looks at the kill on the Mahile. They're going to try and call the Forge God this. Good chunk back. Knock up on Bounce. He's trapped under the turret. Has to get out. Crowny's desperately low. Mahile survives. Cormy's coming on over. They want to try and donate the kill over to the Oriana, who gets it with a command dissonance. Nicely worked. Hello, Mr. Watt. And arguably, as we're saying, they will get less money. Don't make that assumption. It is not necessarily correct. Yeah, exactly. If you give up 50% of your company to get exclusivity, and then one later you don't get that exclusivity, that's a big deal. It's a big deal. And I can see why that would be a challenging option. I stopped watching LEC because no Nemesis. Fair. Again, a lot of people are fans of players, not teams as well, which has been a thing with esports because of the high turnover rate. It's one of the reasons why it sometimes struggles. Say, NA has struggled with creating new heroes, new players that people really want to get involved with, because actually people still fell in love with Doublelip, Bjergsen, Dyrus, Sneaky, Jensen, right? Dyrus. Oh, I've said that one already. I'm a cutie pie. Like these players, and they're not there anymore. And you don't get to have like a football player's career of like, okay, I watched this guy at 20 and he's still playing till 34. You don't get a 14-year career. You get like a 2-year career or a 5-year career. Yeah. And so actually, you know, when those players retire or move on to something else, a lot of peers will follow that rather than the team. And that has been, oh my God, Close is so strong. And I found they changed players every, and that's part of the way it works, right? Because you've got to be competitive and you're there to win, or players get better offers and you can't afford to pay them, or players aren't good enough anymore, or get bought out, and those things happen. But then teams run into the issue. It's like, well, you know, actually this player is gone. What do you want us to do? We've got to try and go with what we got. And if you don't stick around the team, then they struggle to make the money. Because it's not the players that are the... Players being successful does not make the tournament successful. Teams being successful, teams doing well makes the tournament successful. All those kind of things, not necessarily teams. Or actually, you would follow the player, not the team. And like Duambi for in the LPL, massive example. The Shy rookie, Uzi, God's sake, yeah. It's also offering you, like what is this ticket getting you? And it's not just a spot in the LEC, it's things like exclusivity, it's revenue shares, lots of other stuff as well. Good damage back. The Scream Spare Talent wasn't fantastic. Veli, I think, still dies. Yeah, we're going to 3. We're going to 3. We're going to 3. This is so over. My God. And again, I think you're missing a little bit here. I do. Like, yes, slots might have decreased in value as a straight, like, individual ticket. But I think LEC spots are worth more on the whole than LCS spots. Or have been for the last few years anyway. To move to the Valorant model? Probably, but against Foge, then they need to buy up slots. Yeah, because again, that's the big difference. How would you fight against Kiana? There's a few ways. Part of it is mashing her early. Part of it is she's very bloody squishy, and you can't just blow her up. We have seen teams successfully manage Kiana. Part of the people start doing things like AP junglers that get a lot of value out of it, or... hell, Graves, if you're feeling really, really frisky, or Kindred, you know, something that can... Esports hasn't been the same since he retired. Been a very big change in the guard, hasn't it? With when we lost the original holy trinity of Alex Ich, Xpeke, and Froggen. Nice first blood, redive, and Poppy's not there. LR nowhere there. First double up the ocean and sneak in NA, yeah. Double Lift got banned basically for using bot accounts that were somewhat botted to their level. And so basically he was just told, like basically it was a slap on the wrist warning. Ooh, good kill there onto Call Me. Nice Keeper's Verdict away as well, but didn't change anything. The Petrifying Gaze is still landed. And basically the way that, like, I know Drew Levin on Twitter was basically talking about it, saying, look, first ban is a light one, it's a 3-day ban, then it's 14 days, then it's like a month, then it's permanent. So it's like... and doing it for like Diamond Challenge, it isn't quite so. In comes the Moonlight Vigil. Nice core kill. Bot side though, Mahilo's in danger himself, can still go all out. And the Pathmaker is decent enough, goes looking for some options, will likely die here. I'm not sure that flash was ever going to work. Bit bold from Mahilo to try and play that one out. As the Hound's Pursuit comes on through and gets the kill. Oh man, I think I have to order some food. I mean, just actually. Oh. I think it might be the bath actually. Never mind. Cool. Stone to the wall. Baus, flash away. Graviton binding Eclipse. Teleports unleashed, but unfortunately Baus has been unleashed into an early grave. Who got the kill? Actually, I didn't see. I think it will have been Closer. Okay. Not the end of the world. Not the best though. That would have been really good if it had gone to the Aphelios. I think you really want to get as much gold on them as you can. Yes, advanced elimination is always best of 3 at the minute for Swiss stage. Yeah, exactly. And basically just showing that they're treating people equally, which is important. As far as the account thing goes. And I think Double Lift is kind of okay. So yeah, fair play. He was pretty upfront saying, yeah, that's reasonable. I take it. Good kill there from Crowning Reckless. Lucian Nami doing the Lucian Nami thing. Hound's Pursuit. Nice steadfast presence. Could potentially get the shove into the wall. Moonlight Vigil's available. Won't burn it. Healing now. Straight out with Bounce in the river. Doesn't lead to all that match. I think this is feeling like a pretty good game for Tungi. Ooh, that's a nasty chunk. Yep. Imperial Mandate's been completed, so it has. Yeah, that'll do it. Velia, I think, is going to be okay getting out here. Will be. Nemesis. Oh, dear. Nearly lost that 1v1. Does Closer want to flash for this? I think he might. There's no option anymore. Looking for the Until Strike will force Velia to call the pack. Still goes down. At least Misa got grubs. They did. And they get that kill onto Nemesis, which is pretty valuable. Batu not going to look too aggressively here. On top of the mid lane line bush. Well, out comes the culling. Look to come teleporting in. The path, the Petrifying Gaze wasn't the best. Close has been left low. That's still going to be a take. No way! Did Call Me just steal that away? Oh no! And there's a shutdown on the Lucian. Oh, LR. That's such a mess. Nemesis, though, got the Conqueror stacked. Gets pulled back towards the team. Doesn't have the most amount to work with here. As Mihilis jumping on top of that. Force of Nature causing a lot of trouble. Valley tries to go back in. The Interpo strikes. Get the pull back across multiple members. Misa turn it around. And oh no. Flash over the wall from Baus. I don't know whether that actually stopped him from dying here. Yeah, I think he's likely going to die. Does he have TP? No, he doesn't. Has no flash. He's about to walk over. Vision here. They'll know where he is. Can charge into the wall. Good chunk onto him. Smite. Hammer shot. Woo! 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 Oh, dear. Close. Okay, Baus gets one of the way out. Can he get over the wall? He can! Let him die. Don't allow him to survive this. This would be silly. Does finally fall. At least he gets one on the way. He's got flash in particular, actually. We're about to lose. I think we're going to see the double utility guns here from 2 years old. We'll trade out on the Crescendum here. Okay. I take it back. There's a slight difference, but there's that flash forward on the Crownie I told you about. Get the steadfast pass. They blow up the Lucian into the Herald, into the mid lane tier 2. I think LR are in a real trouble here. This is going to be a massive snowball from Misa. Oh dear. What awful Herald fight. Inhibitor turrets under siege. I think Nemesis needs to reset here because they can't hold this. They've got no wave clear. 3 turret shove. My god, and they can turn back for Dragon afterwards. Youch. Should get this turret. Room prisoned underneath it. Nemesis. He's dead. He's dead. Petrifying Gaze comes on down. No Realm Warp, but there's still going to be a bit of speed up here. Noxious Blast comes on down. Nemesis has no boots. Conqueror. Call Me wants it. Oh, slow. And a solo kill. Turret for that one. Dragon on the other side. That's still a massive win for Misa as far as... Nemesis is going to be not having very much fun here. Oh, I think Nemesis is dead. He's a dead man. All out available. It might not even be needed. Oh, buffers through the Petrifying Gaze with the all out. Yeah. Yeah, and Nemesis just doesn't do damage to Cassante. Flash required, but it's done. And now they'll turn on to Atakan with a man advantage. TP's available. And someone has to go deal with Cassante. Where's the show? We got Showmaker as a... Is that the one that does it? There we go. Ooh, Atakan culling onto Closer, but there's the heal and the redemption. Lulu keeps everyone alive, looking to turn forwards. Oh, no, they knocked the Fury away. That's Atakan. Very good Closer. Oh. Wow. Well, there's Atakan and another kill for this Cassandra, and they can roam up behind Baus, potentially get him here. There's a cask available. He needs to get a good cask, though. Flash stunned to the wall. Means he doesn't get to the escape he needs. Rune Prison came on down regardless. Wild Growth knock up Flash. Body slam away. Does survive, but it costs him the extra flash. Miasma. Not really. Hoppy, that's about it. Cassante, to be fair, does get stifled by it somewhat. But again, not exactly a team full of dashes. Certainly not in your individual matchup there. But again, you're reliant on people coming into your range. And if you're all going forwards with Neferi, with Lucianami, with Gragas going forwards, it's not quite the same. It's not completely off theme. Nice pick up there, though. That went well. And I think, yeah, had to be healed up as well there. Does survive. Going to heal up off the Krugs. That's a start now on Baron. And they've got a lot of DPS between Rise and Aphelios with 7 Crescendum. Velia has got Hound's Pursuit can get in here. Baus looking for a potential angle. This can get a bit dicey. Velia over the wall can look to try and steal this. Watch that. Nefiri, steadfast presence denies him in. Really good from closer. Really good from closer. What about the fight afterwards? Crownie trying to dash away. Reckless needs to flash out. Mihile doing a lot of work all out. Still good damage back from Crownie with the 3 items. Last Weeper's getting work. All out, he's gone. Nemesis chunking as well. Should be able to bring down the Cassante. Big shot down towards that one. Hound's Pursuit now coming on forwards onto closer, who's in a 1v1. I don't think he wins. That might be an additional pickup here as well. Baron secured nonetheless by Misa. Flash away. Crownie was being offered a donation there. Doesn't quite get it. Mega Blast Cone should get him out to safety potentially. Looking for the double tap. Vigilance not there. Passive comes on through. And actually closer survives. It's only 1 kill in trade for the Baron. Big pickup for Misa. GG, kind of feeling that way. Not gonna lie. I think the Poppy's been more valuable than I think LR were expecting. Cass comes on forwards. That's on to closer. That's not bad. We'll go on forwards. May well die, but oh my days. What? Last dance here for Lost Ratones. Either whether they can get the right shoes on for it. Bowser's looking forwards. Only really lands on Mihile. Sante takes next to no damage at all. Oh no, Crownie. Oh, Crownie. Oh, Crownie. He double lifted it. He just face checked a solo then who said absolutely not. Call me now on a flank angle looking for the Rune Prison. Looks to get on top of Nemesis, who's hit by another set of Untofo strikes. What a disaster. Just content, guys. Velia gonna try and pick up Call Me. That's not bad. You get something. But it's not saving the game. Baust and Velia need to hold the line. Can he clear the wave? That's what Velia's doing behind them all here. Does have that potential to get some value. Reckless now up, trying to get some melee on the Baust, who's immediately blasted because he's gone full AP. Wave is largely dead, though, and Velia is managing to tag it and pull it away. That's not bad. Triage from Lost Ratones. They're bleeding out, but not dead. Gonna turn back to Dragon. Can't end the game. You take that as Velia. That's pretty good going. It's desperation stations, but importantly, the game goes on. Can maybe look for Baron afterwards as well. So Lost Returns want to contest this. 10 seconds on Call Me. 20 on Baron. Things like, well, Aphelios is now 4 items. Cassante is ungodly strong. Like, you get more nervous just compositionally here as Velia steps on forwards and immediately is in danger. Another Untofo strikes Crownie! Not again! Again, Mihile just says absolutely not. 3 strikes and you're out. How has that happened again? Heavy is the head that wears the Crownie. And unfortunately, Crownie's head has come off. That is a tilter. That is Baron. And that might just be the game. That's poor. I mean, there's no other way around it. Oh, that's poor. Look, it was a difficult game state, but giving up freebies like that just cannot be allowed. Mihile better had to work for it. Just want a match with no keyboard. That's a statement. Misa certainly needed it. The Nexus Turrets fall. And TCL's first seed will prove themselves some rat poison to Lost Ratones. The back-to-back EMEA Masters champions humbled here. Looking down the barrel of another best of 3 tomorrow. Well, well, well.